When a quinceañera wants a Day of the Dead inspired photo shoot, there are a few key things that make it all come together. We've learned what works and what doesn't, and in this video, I'm going to share 3 tips that we use in every single session to make sure that this shoot is a success. Tip number 1 is getting the right props. One of the most important parts of a Day of the Dead quinceañera shoot is the props. So what do you actually need? Marigolds or cempasúchil, these flowers are a signature element. Whether you're using fresh ones or artificial ones or even paper ones, their bright orange color is instantly what sets the tone. A lot of our clients will actually go to Home Depot beforehand, buy a couple pallets of these and bring it to the photo shoot. Candles are another must-have. They add so much warmth, light, and drama, especially when you're shooting at night. Plus, they're an easy way to add a layer of depth into the photos. Extra decor that you can bring, things like colorful fabrics or some sugar skulls or even some gold details can help with the photo shoot, but don't feel like you need to overdo anything. Just a few strong, recognizable props will go a long way. The point is that the props really do tell a story before you even pick up your camera. The second that your client sees the setup, they're gonna feel like they've really stepped into something special, like they just stepped into the set of Coco. And when you look back at the images, those details really tie everything together. Tip number 2 is using gems instead of full face Day of the Dead makeup. Now let's talk about makeup because this is something that we've had to solve with families before. Most of the time, we are at the end of our typical pre-event session, which is when we get most of the traditional shots in her dress, some portraits, and then at the end is when we add the Day of the Dead part of the session. And since this is at the end of the session, they typically do not want to commit to a full face of face paint, and they also don't want to bring a makeup artist back out to do the full glam. So what is the solution? Stick on gems. You can get these gems from Amazon or from Five Below, or if you're shooting this during spooky season, they are literally all over the place. But if you are shooting this any other time of the year, you're going to want to check Amazon. They're super affordable. They're really quick to apply, and they are much easier than a full face paint, just some lash glue. They typically are sticky on the end, but just in case if they fall off, we always take some lash glue with us, and it takes about 10 to 15 minutes to put that on. They still give a really decorative, ornate Day of the Dead vibe without all of the stress of the makeup. We have used them multiple times, and they photograph really beautifully, and when they're paired with the right crown or headpiece, they look stunning. So if you are planning for this, keep it simple, get those gems. They are a lifesaver. Tip number 3 is going to be lighting and night shooting. The last piece, and honestly what makes or breaks your session, is the lighting and the location. Day of the Dead shoots are strongest when you lean into the nighttime photography. That's when the candles glow and the lighting can be more dramatic and the whole vibe just really comes to life. But here's the trick. You can't just shoot anywhere. You want to find the right location that allows you to safely use the candles and have space to set up and gives you the backdrop that feels really intentional. So when we plan these sessions, we typically start at golden hour and we get some really soft, beautiful, moodier shots. And then when the sun goes down, we transition into a full night shoot. And that's when the candles and the props really take over and the photos transform into something really magical. When we're shooting, we typically like to look for a cactus garden or something that makes it feel like Mexico. And here in Sacramento, we have quite a few cactus gardens to choose from. So definitely check in your area to see if you have any of these cactus gardens or something that kind of gives it that Mexican feel. And if not, any outdoor location can also work too. Since it's a night shoot, make sure that you bring your strobes and bring a constant light so that it's easier for your camera to focus. What we use is the Geekoto GT200 and we use a couple of diffusers. We use the large 40-inch softbox when we want photos where we want soft light and the 20-inch quickie when we want something a little bit more dramatic. Be sure to also bring some extra strobes so that you can use it for rim light or a hair light, or honestly just to illuminate anything like the cactuses or anything in the background. In this image, we illuminated the cactus with a GT200 and added a CTO gel so that we can add a warm glow like the one that we were getting from the candlelight. So don't forget your CTO gels. Also, since we're shooting at night, you can play with a lot of different colored gels as well. So definitely add that to your list of things to bring. Here are a couple of shots that we got with some colored gels and added some atmosphere spray to add just a little bit more drama. Shooting at night definitely takes a lot more patience, but honestly, the results are always worth it. So those are the 3 big things that we focus on for Day of the Dead inspired Quince photo shoots. The props, the gems, and the lighting with the perfect location. Each one plays a huge part in making these photos feel authentic and fun. If you're planning a session like this, or if you're thinking about offering it, hopefully these tips will help bring it to life. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and drop a comment. We would love to hear what themes you'd like to see from us next. Bye.